What is going on, Crimson City? My name is Crimson CBAD, bringing you guys our Week 10 team builder in NPA. Your Detroit-type Nulls are taking on Coach Jodor and the Seattle Seakings. If you guys are excited, show some love on the like button down below. Of course, if you guys are new, feel free to hit that subscribe button as well. Jodor is a great guy. The link to his channel will be in the description of this video, so you guys can go check out his team builder, his side of the battle, all that fun stuff. Show him some love. He's got a very, very threatening team, and I believe as of right now, he is, let me double check really quickly. I know we are 2-7. We are out of playoffs completely. He is 4-5. I think he's out of playoffs, so I don't know how serious people will take the matches, but I'm gonna try to cap. This is my first season in NPA. You know, I'm trying to leave with like a decent record, so if we can win out from here, I believe we'll end up as 5-7, which I'm okay with. I'm actually okay with. But Joe's team is absolutely terrifying. First up, he has Kieran Black. I don't really think I need to say too much about Kieran Black. Ice Dragon type, base 95 speed, hits so hard with that base 170 attack and 120 special attack. Ice Beam, Dracos, Outrageous, Dragon Claws, Bolt Strikes, Fusion Bolts, all that, not Bolt Strikes, Fusion Bolts, all that fun stuff. Absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. Here's the Nidoqueen, a very bulky poison ground type that can set up either rocks or toxic spikes. It has the sheer force, so it can be offensive as well with a life orb, being able to toss off huge sludge waves, huge earth powers, thunderbolts, flamethrowers, all that good stuff. The Rotom Heat, a electric fire type Pokemon with the levitate ability. It can Will-O-Wisp, it can Trick, and now has access to Defog. It can Thunderbolt, it can Bolt Switch around on my team, it can Shadow Ball, it can Pain Split. Very, very scary Pokemon. The Jellicent, which I've always had a hard time dealing with, but I think we are well prepared this time. Jellicent is a very bulky water ghost type Pokemon with either the water absorb ability or the cursed body ability. Does have reliable recover in the move recover. Can toss off Will-O-Wisps, can toss off Toxics, Scald, Shadow Balls, all that good stuff. Archeops, I don't know if Archeops will show up, but it is very hard hitting with that 140 base attack and 110 base speed, but it does have the defeatist ability under half of its HP. It does lose a lot of its firepower. The Regice, I don't think will show up. Very bulky, especially defensive pure ice type. Mega Medicham definitely is common base, 100 speed and attack with the pure power ability. Nothing really switches into this thing except for the Pokemon you see on the screen right here. The Kartana, another Pokemon that I definitely can see coming with the Beast Boost ability. Grass Steel type Pokemon. So he's got a really threatening grass or fire water grass core in Rotom, Jellicent, and Kartana, and then the Fairy Steel Dragon core that he does have is the Kieran Black, the Kartana, and the Comfy. But Kartana can set up a Swords Dance, as you can run the Timid Swords Dance set. It's absolutely crazy, especially on top of a Z move. It can definitely start sweeping. Comfy with the Triage ability, giving priority to all of its healing moves. Does have access to Calm Mind, good speed and base 100, 110 base special defense. Beartic has not come to any games, and I don't think Beartic's going to show up now, so I'm not going to talk about it. And then the Kangaskhan is a pretty bulky normal type Pokemon. I think Kangaskhan has to show up for sure because I do have the, I would hope that it doesn't show up, but we'll see what happens. And my dogs are barking, so I'm gonna cut real quick. All right, some quick notes about his team. He does have 2 Rockers in the form of Nidoqueen and Archeops, a T-Spiker in the form of Nidoqueen, 3 Defoggers in the form of Rotom Heat, Archeops, and Kartana, and then a Cleric in the form of Comfy. So let's talk a little bit about the team. Right here, little pride and joy here is Uxie, Cortex the Uxie rocking the leftovers. The Levitate ability, Protect, Stealth Rock, U-Turn, and Psychic. 244 in HP, 108 in defense, 4 in special attack, 148 in speed, and 148 in special defense, 4 in speed with a bold nature. With this, we are not too, we just kind of shrug off all these hits. Adamant, Kartana Night Slash is a 3-hit KO after leftovers with this thing. We take hits from the Mega Medicham all day. We can protect on high jump kicks. We can protect a Scout to get our recovery back. Setting up rocks is also very nice for some of our Mons later on to be able to sweep. Psychic is very spammable against his team without a dark type. Nothing too crazy to say here. U-turn for the pivot as well. This is like literally 9 out of 10 times my lead unless the Archeops shows up. Then I gotta kind of question that. But literally get rocks up and just kind of go from there. You'll see our sweepers coming up here shortly. Next up here we have Gengar. Samantha is coming in hot off of last week's victory. Life Orb Gengar with Curse Body, Shadow Ball, Sludge Wave, Psychic, and Death Eating Bond. 252 special attack, 4 in special defense, 252 speed with a timid nature. With this, we are speed tying Jolly Archeops and outspeeding Jolly Kartana by 1 point. His Shadow Ball switch in is a Kangaskhan, which I kick Sludge Wave on. Psychic is there for the Mega Medicham. Other than that, Shadow Ball, like just dual stab, just kind of rips his team apart. Psychic also hits the Nidoqueen. Fun fact is that. After rocks, Gengar just rips his team apart. Absolutely just manhandles his team, which I'm really hoping forward to because Samantha's been putting in an absolute ton of work recently with these games coming in, man. I love me some Gengar. I have a newfound love for Gengar right here. Next up here, Liftoff. Rockium Z Celesteela, Stone Edge, Autotomize, Air Slash, and Earthquake, 196 attack, 132 special attack, and 180 in speed with a naive nature. So, what does this do? Air Slash and Earthquake kind of rip his team apart. Stone Edge also helps with that, but as far as like 100% accurate moves, well, Air Slash is what, 95? Yeah, 95. This thing absolutely just kind of burns his team apart. So we've got enough in attack to where we are getting boosted in attacks. That way Earthquake can take out things like Shook and Nidoqueen. It can do a lot of damage, things like Kangaskhan and stuff like that. Air Slash is really nice because it hurts that Mega Medicham. Even after we start boosting, Earthquake is going to start hurting that thing. But Air Slash definitely hurts that thing a lot. Air Slash also hurts the Kartana very, 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 very badly. Rockium Z Stone Edge is there for the Rotom Heat. After an Autotomize, we outspeed Scarf Rotom by 1 point. We can Rockium Z that thing. After Stealth rocks up, Rockium Z knocks out defensive Rotom Heat 100% of the time, and then we will start boosting an attack, and then we will just kind of start hitting moves. This thing is definitely, I normally don't like letting a Pokemon be bait for this, but if I can Autotomize up, go in front of the Rotom Heat and toss off a Rockium Z Stone Edge, that knocks that thing out. I can also use it for things like Kyurem. Earthquake hits the Nidoqueen, like I said. Earthquake and Stone Edge, a combination of those hits the Jellicent after I start boosting enough. Arceus doesn't like Stone Edge, Regice doesn't like Stone Edge, Mega Medicham and Kartana don't like Air Slash, Comfey doesn't like a Stone Edge, Baratic doesn't like a Stone Edge, neither does Kangaskhan. So we have the rest in special attack just so Air Slash just does as much damage as possible while still boosting in the physical attack slide. Next up here, we have a very interesting Gastrodon set, but I really, really like this set a lot. We are bringing Slugger, the Gastrodon Leftovers, Storm Drain ability, Subtoxic, Scald and Recover, 244 in HP, 108 in special defense, 156 in speed with a timid nature. With this, we are outspeeding an uninvested Jellicent. Now, why am I bringing this? I can sub up in front of this thing while he tries to go for a Toxic. He cannot do that. I then Toxic it in return. He does have to go for Hidden Power Grass. I don't think he has that. I think he needs Recover. I think he needs Water Stab. I think he needs Shadow Ball for Gengar, and I don't think he has room for Hidden Power Grass. So I'll be able to sub up in front of this thing as it goes for Shadow Ball while Toxic wears it down. If he does have HP Grass, that is a absolutely free switching into my Gengar where I click Shadow Ball after that. But this is to shrug off a bit more of the special defensive hits. Things like the Rotom, things like the Nidoqueen, provided it doesn't have grass coverage, and the Comfey as well. We can Toxic those things. He has no Water switch-ins. He has no Scald switch-ins once Jellicent is gone. And like I said, we can burn a lot of his Pokemon too with Scald with that 30% chance to burn. Recovery and Leftover is just kind of for the, recovery side. Next up here, Life Orb, Sheer Force, Tauros. Ferdinand's coming back. He's been on the bench for a while, but I really do think this is Tauros' week right here. Ferdinand is bringing Rock Climb, Wild Charge, Zen Headbutt, and Flamethrower. 4 in HP, 252 attack, 252 speed with a Jolly nature. We are speed tying Jolly Archeops and outspeeding Jolly Kartana by 1 point. Rock Climb hits a lot of things. Wild Charge hits the Jellicent, and Zen Headbutt hits the Nidoqueen. Really nothing else to say about that. He doesn't have a Ghost type, so his Rock Climb switch-ins are absolutely non-existent. Wild Charge hits the one switch in, and Zen Headbutt hits the other thing. Nothing too crazy to say there. Even with the Jolly nature, Flamethrower is still picking off a Kartana, even with the Aqua Berry, because Life Orb Sheer Force is absolutely incredible, and Kartana has like 31 base special defense. So last but not least here, we have Blondie the Piloswine, Eviolite Thick Fat, Ice Shard, Earthquake, Stone Edge, and Stealth Rock. I do have 2 Stealth Rockers. Stealth Rocks are really important for Gengar, Celesteela, and Tauros to sweep late game. Ice Shard for the priority. Earthquake hits everything that's not called Archeops or Rotom Heat. Stone Edge hits the Rotom Heat. Icicle Crash, I'm never like predicting something and going for an Icicle Crash. If there's anything I'm going to predict and click Icicle Crash on, 9 times out of 10 I can click Earthquake or Stone Edge. And Stone Edge does hit the Rotom Heat. And like I said, rocks. Max HP, 4 in Spadaf, 252 max attack, Adamant. We are getting a big bang for our buck with this thing. We take physical hits, okay. I was really torn on the last set, whether it be like a defensive Mega Altaria, which you could really, really prep for, or Piloswine. And Blondie's been putting in a lot of work this week, and I really do think that she is, she has her place this week, being able to take on things like Nidoqueen with the Eviolite Thick Fat, being able to tank hits from Regice and stuff like that should have come. By the way, the 6 that I think he's going to be bringing are Kyurem Black, Nidoqueen, Mega Medicham, Kartana, Rotom Heat, and Jellicent. Just for the record, I want to throw that out there so that way nobody can say that I didn't call it ahead of time. But we'll see how my prediction game is. But that's going to be our team builder. A little bit shorter. Didn't really want to take up too much of your time for these. Just kind of got my thoughts out on the team, what we're bringing and why we're bringing it. Hope you guys have enjoyed. If you have, show some love and the like button down below. If you guys are new, feel free to hit that subscribe button. Don't forget, check out Joe's channel in the description of this video. All that being said, I want to remind you guys to be great and do great. I'm going to let this outro bang. I'm going to talk to you all soon. Later.